Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a truck tweak from a mod creator who of course needs no introduction, and that is MaxMike. Now this is his, of course, ANK MK38, and there's a lot going on with this thing, and there's a lot of work that also went into it, and if you would like to have a little bit more of a breakdown of all the work that went into this thing, as well as drive it and use it yourselves, the link will be in the description box below to the mod.io page, where you can find all the credits to not only MaxMike himself, but all the mod creators that helped with this truck tweak. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take it into the garage and see what all has been changed. And I can already tell you that, yes, there is kind of a flatbed here, but also there is the original sideboard bed on the truck. The reason why that sideboard bed is still there and why it has not been removed is because that is natively in the model of the MK38. It's not just a piece that can be added or removed, and actually, in order to remove that, you would have to literally extract the model from the game, which MaxMike did not want to do. So, with that being said, and not only did he not want to do it, but it's also literally a violation of the game's agreement. So it's not that he just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it because you're not supposed to do it. So with that all being said, let's go ahead and see what engine options we have. We have the Westland V16 M2450, the A12V 780, the A12V 850 TTA, and the Westline V12 M900. So let's go with the V16 M2450. That's a freaking mouthful. We have balanced, high range, crawler box HD, off-road, and special off-road. So actually, I think I'm going to go with crawler box HD. And suspension-wise, we have active, we have stock, we have raised, we have rock crawler, but he also says that with that specifically designed to be flexible for traversing uneven terrain, but it is not recommended for hauling. And then tuned custom is a specially customized suspension kit, the ultimate weapon against rough terrain and ruined country roads. So that's going to be the one we're going to go with, because that one is probably the best balance between ground clearance and, you know, flexibility as well as cargo capacity. So we'll go with that. Now, the tires list, as with any and all of MaxMike's vehicle tweaks, the tire list is huge, and we even have all the way up to some 54-inch P12 ATs, which is kind of cool to see those, and we have some, basically a good range of wheels and tires with modified offsets, which is also really nice to see, especially in the off-road category. 54-inch ANK tires, which was not an option before. We also have 54-inch OHD ones, which look great at this offset, actually. You can see that they stick out just a little bit past the bed, which I personally think looks great. There are some people that may not think it looks good, but I think it looks great on this thing. And also, these OHD 3s look really at home here as well. I think they really bring some new life into this truck. So, on to the mud tire categories now. We also have Quasi's Monster Mud Tires, which are beginning to become a bit of a staple of MaxMike's trucks and have been for a long time, but for good reason. They're very well made, they're very well modeled, and they look absolutely wonderful. They genuinely look absolutely wonderful, and I've seen some people out there that are like, I don't like those, and I'm like, why? They look great, and they're effective as heck. Like, literally, they do such a good job. Oh, the MHS2s actually look really good, too. You have, oh my god, you have Quasi's Monster Mud Tires in 54. In 54, even the Mud Dualies on an ANK. This would monster almost any terrain. These, the 54-inch single mud tires, look awesome. And like with that offset, they look very realistic. Very, very, very realistic. You have the same options, of course, with ice studs as well. So if you're in a very slick environment with snow and ice, you'll be good to go. Won't have to worry about it. You also have 54-inch Tega tires if that is more your thing. And then, of course, you have a small assortment of 47, 50, and 54-inch chained tires. Now, for this test, or at least for the majority of this test, we are going to be running the 54-inch Mud Dualies by Quasi, and then we're also going to go with the Autonomous Winch HD Plus spare wheel. That might That might, no, you know why we're not going to do that? Because it'll mess with our departure angle a little bit. Let's also go with the tall front-facing snorkel. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Now, the way he got around not being able to remove the original sideboard bed is he said, well, I'll just put stuff in it then. So you have the PC320 heavy crane, the KRS-58 crane, which seeing that on an ANK is weird, but I don't hate it. I actually really don't. You have the flatbed, which is actually already in there. And you also have the van body add-on, which again, also I think looks right at home, and it would look even more at home once you changed up the paint job on the ANK itself. So there are a lot more paint colors to choose from now with this version. You also have the maintenance frame, which he's tried really hard to make it interface with the actual sideboard bed that's in there, and I think personally that he did a really good job. And as far as a support truck goes, I mean, obviously we haven't put a bumper on it yet, so the front end looks a little bit bare, but this would be an amazing support vehicle, and of course we've also got a maintainer frame. So I think we're actually going to go with the, well, you know what? Let's see how it does as a maintainer. I mean, I think it could be, like I said before, a very cool maintainer. So let's do the chrome cap with beacons. And bumper-wise, you also have a gigantic variety of bumpers. I actually really like the stock one. I think it fits in really, really well. However, if you so choose, you can go with this. Ooh, bumper with extra winch points? Absolutely. I'll definitely go for that. So you've got a couple of different beacon options, as well as a flasher bar and a roof rack for extra support, which I'm going to do that as well. If you're building it as a maintainer, you may as well go full out in terms of supplies. So muzzle exhaust, heat shielded exhaust, wedge cap exhaust. They've actually got a really good variety. And you've also got varying, you know, positions and lengths for the exhaust as well. I like that a lot. I think that actually is really nice. The fact that they do that is pretty freaking cool. I'm going to go with the heat shielded exhaust this time because that's not an exhaust that I normally use, and a lot of people have been telling me to try something other than the muzzle exhaust. So let's see what color options we have. Interestingly, the DLC color doesn't do anything on this one. So you have all your solid colors, and then once you get further down, you have your camo colors as well, which there is a mega variety of camo colors for this truck. A mega variety. I mean, pretty much any camo color combination you could think of, even literally like pink on another shade of pink is available. Like literally absolutely every color combination that you could possibly come up with in your head is genuinely available here. And I think, ooh, that one actually almost matches with the service add-on. It doesn't match completely though, and I know that would bug me a little bit. I'm not sure if it would bug y'all or not, but it would bug me a little bit. Ooh, that actually matches pretty dang well though. So does that. You've got a lot of different ways you could go with that. That looks like a middle of nowhere fire truck, actually. And then, wow, the amount of color combinations. Dude, I would suggest just literally straight up downloading this just for the color combinations. Because the color combinations themselves are half the reason to get it. They're so freaking cool. We'll do the autumn leaf, and we will do, let's see. We'll do a few stickers. And park where I want, no road, no problem, no road, no problem as well. And I'm not going to put any exterior stickers on it, but I will do the, let's do the Sabertooth on it. We might as well. I mean, you got the option there. Now, unfortunately, you cannot put beans on the dash because this truck does not have a dash slot to accept a bobblehead. So that just kind of is what it is. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get it out and drive it and see what it's like. It looks great. I mean, it absolutely... If your question was, does it look the part? Yeah. It looks the part and then some. It looks so good. And I think one of the reasons why it looks so good is not only the extra... Oh, let me go ahead and actually turn that beacon off real quick. Let's see if he's made it so you can tow trailers with this setup. Oh! So it's like, yeah, no, it blocks it. So actually... people that are fans of keeping that, you know, originality with the game will actually like that, because if you throw the maintenance frame add-on on this truck, you won't be able to pull tag behind trailers. So again, those of you that really like, you know, preserving the original style of the game will actually like that. I think that kind of puts this thing in a really good place as far as a truck tweak. Now, something else that you may have noticed already is that he has toned down the smoke. Now, there is still smoke, but he's toned it down a little bit, and he's also adjusted the engine sounds. Not that they were bad before, but I think he wanted to just make some mild adjustments for this particular variant. And let me just tell you right now that I could stare at this thing and I don't know what it is, but the little adjustments he's made to it make it so nice. And I'm not saying that it should have come this way from the original game, but what I am saying is, in the realm of a truck tweak, this is up there with the best of them. I mean, it really, genuinely, truly is up there with the best of them and deserves the highest of praise in terms of a truck tweak, because he really has pushed the ANK to the levels and extent that I always wished someone would push it. With that top engine, it should be able to get... Oh! No! Oh, no! Dude, it unbalanced itself just a tiny bit. Oh, that sucks. I wonder if he changed the horn. Not really. But then again, the updated ANK horn isn't bad, so I'm not at all upset with that. Now, with this setup, in terms of the shallow mud, it does great. You could pull anything and everything out of shallow mud in this thing, so I'm not really going to spend much time there. But in terms of testing, let's see how it does in high in some slightly deeper mud. With, of course, the maintainer frame. I mean, oh my god, it just bogs it straight through, and then eventually it slows down. Admittedly, it slowed down a little bit earlier than I thought it would, but, you know, leading up to that, it was doing really well. And even through the really, like, thick, deep mud out here, it does great. It really genuinely does great. And at the end of the day, I mean, she's good to go. Let me see if the speed changes if I put it in low. So low versus low plus in this mud, no speed change. So that's good to know. Be on our way out of here. And up we go. Back into automatic mode, kicking it up a notch. All right, let's kick it into high, take it to the dips obstacle, and then, of course, we will be taking it to the bridge jump. As you guys, of course, know, we always take it to the bridge jump. Well, not always. There have been times where I have, not taken a truck to the bridge jump, which you guys have, of course, let me know. All right, let's see how she does through the dips obstacle. Pretty easy going so far. Don't see any issues with it, personally. The only concern I have is the back of the maintenance frame getting hung up, which it may, but even if it does, I think the tires are big enough to where it probably won't be a big deal. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, dude. I'm impressed with that. Now we get to head off to the bridge jump, which is, I know for some of you, it's always the highlight of the video, and I love it, because for those of you that watch the videos all the way through, like, the bridge jump, whenever we do, like, a vehicle test, the bridge jump is always, like, that little, like, surprise at the end of the video, because nobody knows how it's going to turn out. Nobody knows how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go. In a truck that I've never taken off the bridge jump before, I have no idea how it's going to go. So, we'll see what happens, but before we do that, let's swap her out to the high range box. And I know it kind of like toned down our durability a little bit, but that's fine. Oh boy, it's fast. Okay, yeah, it got a lot faster swapping in that high range box, which it will. I mean, whenever you do that, it will, but sometimes with these MaxMike trucks, it's very impressive as to how much faster they get when you swap in the high range box. I literally could not see. There's 8th gear! Cleared the barrels, and wow, oh my god. That was like a rubber band effect off of the trees. That was weird, but I'll tell you something. This is an awesome truck tweak and absolutely deserves to be in your garage. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And of course, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys next time.